Hello, hello. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you may be around the world. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I am High Priestess Maya, and I'm so excited to be here today. I have another message, and I hope you guys looking forward to your weekend. I know that I am, and one thing that I do know is that this week just flew. Even though time is going by real fast, summer is always it's all already here. It's around the corner because I'm already prepping my home for the summertime. But it's just that this week in general just flew. So, without any further delay, let me get into the message. Or before I start, I want to say thank you to all that continue to listen to the messages. Don't forget to share the videos, okay? And those that have emailed me, thank you. I always love to hear from people. Okay. And and with my email, I do answer back. I do. So I don't think that I'm like so way up there that I cannot reply back. Um, it's the proper thing to do. Okay. And yeah, that's it. And those that have continued to donate and that's gonna go right back to the channel as far as getting equipment and things like that. So yeah, I like to keep all my things. I'm very organized when it comes to things like that. So okay, so today's message is it just came to my mind like basically since yesterday afternoon how you were raised in a toxic environment, raised in a narcissist environment, and you didn't even know it. You didn't even know that because back then you didn't know that you were the people that were around you, people that raised you were toxic. So toxicity was a normal thing for you because that's what was introduced to you at an early age. So the people that raised you, it could be, your biological parents, it could be, your guardian or whoever, raised you. Um, they were toxic. They were toxic themselves. So you thought that that was a normal behavior, and you thought it was normal, and you thought it was healthy. You see, and but what I got is that the message that I got is that whoever I'm speaking to, you just came to that realization not too long ago because you are healed. You have done the work. You continue to do the work because remember that we are a work in progress. Growing and healing and learning it doesn't stop, you see. So it's a continuous thing, but since you have done the shadow work, you done your major healing, you realize what healthy is, you realize what normal is, and you looking back, you like, wait a minute, that was not normal at all. I was not raised in a normal household environment. I was not raised in a healthy environment. The way that those people raised me, trained me, whatever they taught me was all toxic. So now that you have healed, you are starting to learn what healthy is. You're starting to learn what non-toxic behaviors are. You're starting to train yourself, basically to retrain yourself. It's like you have to start all over again. Okay, and because not only it starts with you, but also you are also letting other people know that, hey, you're not gonna treat me this way. And by the way, um, if anyone, now that you are healed, if anyone treats you the way you used to be treated in those toxic environment, it does something to you. Not only you know that this is not normal, it's not healthy, and you know you're not gonna accept it, and you just don't believe that you allowed to be treated the way you were treated. You see, it could have been the necessity, like I said, it was from parents. It could have been from two toxic people, two narcissist parents. Some of you, your father was a narcissist. For others, your mother was a narcissist. Okay, and they made your life a living hell. For some of you, that you're looking back, you come to realize that these people did not have your best interest at heart at all. And for those of you that were raised by a narcissist mother, you suffer through a lot of not mental abuse, emotional abuse that has greatly affected you, that has greatly affected your psychic, your mental health. Many of you now, until now, you struggle with mental issues. You see, some of you have had depression throughout your life, or some part of your life, or most of your life. And some of you, it's an ongoing struggle. It's like a mental battle for many of you because of this toxic environment you were raised in, the abuse you suffer from these narcissist people that raise you. And it caused a lot of shock to you when you come to realize that, oh my gosh, these were narcissists. You were growing up in a narcissist household, and you had to accept those things. You have to come to the conclusion, not only that you have healed yourself, but you taught yourself love. You taught yourself self-love. Self-love you had to learn on your own because no one gave that to you. Love was not introduced to you in that toxic environment you grew up in. And many of you, the universe, the supreme God had to show you the way. Many of you got great help from the angels, from God, through prayer and meditation. Help you greatly by you getting connected to the divine and the supreme goddess and God. That helps you a lot. You learn self-love. You not only you learn self-love just recently, but love in general, it's something that you just learn or knew about just recently. And the fact that you didn't know what love was, many of you rejected good love when you were in darkness coming from other people. You rejected those love because you didn't recognize that was love, because you didn't know what love was. So you rejected many good relationship potential Maybe it could have been potential relation, like getting commitment. You chase those people away because they were willing to give you love, offer you love, but you didn't know what love was. So like I was saying, some of you is just recently that you learn what love is, and you start not only continue to learn about love and attracting those energies of the energy of love into your life, but also learning how to love yourself and value yourself. And those toxic environment where you were put in, because I don't believe things, are done by coincidence, because everything, there is a learning lesson behind everything. But those toxic environment you were in with those people themselves, then, what was not raised in a loving environment. So not only that you had to forgive yourself, but you have forgiven those people as well. And some of you, the fact that your family are narcissists, very evil people, your parents are evil, and whoever that raised you are just wicked and a narcissist, you have come to realize that you had to make peace with those with those situation, because everybody's situation is different. Everybody was raised differently, but it's still, no matter how you're raised, if you were raised in a toxic environment, it's still toxic no matter what. But the toxic itself, it could have been different for different people, different ways for different people. Some of you could have been in a household where people were cold, there was no hug, no one had never told you, they love you. No one, never told you they appreciated you, they value you. So they did not put any value on you. Your presence was not appreciated. Okay, you were raised in a household where you were told all the time how how you no good, how you're never gonna be anything, um, how you are this and you are that. And even throughout your adult years, those same energy continue to do those things to you. They continue to treat you a certain ways because you didn't know any better. Because you've been raised in with a by a narcissist, or many narcissists. It's just not into your it's not just in your childhood, but this thing without I'm saying that some of you, this went on throughout your adult years, being mistreated, misguided, and it created, many of you have issue with trust. You don't trust anybody because when you were in that environment, no one looked out for you, no one protected you, no one had your back. So you grew up with, like you yourself, that's that music. I must, me, myself, and I. Okay, that's how it is. The only person you can count on is you. The only person you can trust is you. And this went on to, not only through your childhood, but throughout your adult years as well. So you grew up very a strong person. I would say like you walk mainly in your masculine energy. If you're a female, you walk mainly in your masculine energy. And if you are a male, which is already masculine, you became even tougher. You became, you grew up being a tough guy, okay? Because all you had to depend on was yourself. All you had to, the only person you can, you can trust was yourself. So you grew up very tough. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. Even till this day, you have not only you have a very strong personality, you also have a tough personality as well, because you had to do that because there was no one around that you can count on, depend on, trust. Okay, if you needed an answer, you needed advice. Some of you, whoever raised you, they were not people that you could go for advice at all. Okay, some of you, you didn't have a mother or father you can talk to, and if even if you try to talk to them, they will tell you, hey, get out of here. Well, what you trying? I don't have time to hear what you have to say. Okay, oh, why don't you tell this to somebody else? What are you telling me? And if something would have happened to you, you could have told those people that they didn't believe. They let you know that not only they didn't believe you, but they just brush it off like what you were saying was nonsense. So that's those toxic thing. So growing up, many of you, when you had issue, you had to solve this issue on your own. So you didn't, you basically you're not the type of person that can trust someone enough to tell them what's going on, and this lingers on to you till this day. If something is happening within, rarely you will talk to it to anybody about it, because you don't trust anybody with your private things, affair, secrets. You just don't. And when you're growing up, if you did tell somebody something in that toxic environment, they'll throw it right back in your face. And this is where the lack of trust comes in. And some of you, you had to train yourself. You had to learn how to trust others. Okay, it's a learning process, and you realizing that being in that toxic, and you realizing and you thinking about it, you were like, how did you make it out? How did you survive? Being raised by narcissist people, toxic people, wicked people that did not want the best. They did not want the best for you. Instead, these people wanted to destroy you. They tried to destroy you. They tried, but they couldn't. And some of you, your childhood, even your throughout your adulthood, was not pleasant. Many of you, you starting to enjoy life, starting to enjoy you, and learning new things and learning how to live again and all that stuff when you became healed, when you did the shadow work, when God delivered you. That's when you became free and you could see everything clearly. You were blind. You couldn't see anything. You couldn't see those people for who they were and what they were about. You couldn't see that because these people had a veil of darkness, dark clouds around you, a veil to cover your eyes so you couldn't see them for who they truly were till God delivered you, till you seek a connection with the divine, and you started meditating and praying, and God starting to reveal everything to you about these people, about your family members, how all of them are narcissists, karmic, wicked. Okay, and some of you, almost did not make it out alive. You see. So when that message came to me, I'm like, wow, I gotta teach on that, because somebody out there needs to hear that. And you probably shaking your head and you're like, wow, I don't believe all those years you were spending all your time with narcissists. because you were blind. You were spiritually, they had, your eyes were covered. And many of you, since not, narcissistic people manipulate people, you were under control, not only through witchcraft, but through words, and to continue, putting you down, okay, breaking down your self-esteem. Some of you, they try to break down your self-esteem, and some of you, your self-esteem, they did achieve breaking it down, but some of you, they did not, but they try. And many of you were, um these people in your family could have been cousins, sisters, that are narcissists. I'm seeing that some of you, you stop talking to these people. You basically do not care a dime or 1 cent about these people any longer. You no longer have any love for them, because when your eyes opened, you started to see things clearly, and you started losing any kind of drop of love you had for these people, because you loved them when you were in darkness with them, when you were toxic themselves. So it was toxic love. But when you became healed and you learn what real love is, pure love is, love coming from the divine, you couldn't give them that. Some of you tried to give them that love and they rejected it, because that kind of love, a narcissist cannot receive it anyway, because it's coming straight from the divine, from the supreme goddess and mother God, father God, you know. But when you were giving them that toxic love, they recognize it, because they're toxic themselves. Till this day, these people are still toxic, and they will die toxic narcissists. Some of you, the universe is saying, do not feel bad if you lost love for these people. That love that you had, it was not yours to give anyway. It was coming from the divine. The supreme God knows that they were not going to accept that love anyway. Many of you no longer have anything in common with these people, because your energy is in another level right now. Is vibrating in another dimension, higher dimension. You see? And these people are still vibrating in a low dimension, low vibration. So there's no more connection. You totally disconnect from these people in every kind of way. You no longer have the desire to see them, talk to them. To you, they're like strangers. And you wondering what happened. If these people are your family, how come you feel this way? How come you no longer care for them? This is what you're telling yourself. And the Supreme God is saying it's okay, because you're gonna find, if you have not already found your family, your real family, your real spiritual families, people that you're gonna connect with, people that's gonna get you, people that's gonna understand you, people that's not gonna judge you, people that's not gonna, break you down and things like that. These people will come already in your life to nurture you, to give you the love that you never had. Okay, these people are gonna have the best interest for you. They're gonna think positive for you. Many of you had great love for these people. Many of you loved your father. You could have loved your mother, cousins or sister, whoever raised you, whatever household you were raised in, foster parents, guardian. I don't know. You know your story. But do not feel bad if you lost, you fell out of love for these people. Okay? You know, that's just how it is. It's just a relationship. You love somebody and you no longer love them. And it's normal to feel this way. Because when you come to realize what these people put you through, now that you are healed, you are whole in the inside, you can no longer have any love for them. You don't hate anybody. You have forgiven them. Okay, and these are the type of people also that you can't talk to them about things. You cannot. Many of you try to talk to these people about their ways and how they are toxic and how they are narcissists, and they turn the table around, and blame everything on you, just like a narcissist will do. It's a normal behavior from them. And your parents, they'll do the same thing. You are the problem. You are the troublemaker in the family, and this is why they hate you, because you were placed in that family to expose them, to heal them, to change their ways, but they rejected that. Okay, you being born in that family was not a accident. You were placed there to help these people out, but they don't want to. So many of you have just walked away and just don't care anymore because you tried, but like I say, they have tried to turn the table on you. Like you were the troublemaker, you were always the troublemaker. Okay, you were always the bad one, you were always this, you were always that, even though that's not you at all. And these people that are doing this thing to you and your family, they try to assassin your character, your mother. Okay, turn you against your own sibling. Many of you no longer have any connection or relationship with your sibling due to your mother or your father or both. Okay, they made sure that those relationships are totally destroyed. But that's okay. Like I said, your own, if you haven't run into your family, your spiritual family, you will run into them real soon. And that's gonna give you that support that you miss, you lack, and you always need it. Okay? So thank you guys for stopping by for the message, and I hope it was helpful. And like I said, you can always email me, and have a great day, and I'll be talking to you real soon. Okay? Okay, bye.